When a Brinks truck pulled up to the Dodgers offices at Camelback Ranch on Monday morning, it could have been a harbinger to the conclusion of the months-long Bryce Harper saga. Sometimes real life is simply too much, ESPN reporter Pedro Gomez tweeted with a video of the truck. Harper, of course, was not here to collect his mega millions and join the two-time defending National League champions. Sometimes a Brinks truck is just a Brinks truck. But manager Dave Roberts confirmed reports he and Dodgers management made the quick flight to Las Vegas on Sunday to try to persuade the free agent outfielder to take his talents to Chavez Ravine. Most everyone had conceded Harper would wind up with the Phillies after chairman John Middleton flew to Vegas on Friday to court Harper and agent Scott Boras, declining to bring Phillies president Andy MacPhail. But the Dodgers swooped in out of the blue, like one of those rom-coms where the guy runs through the airport and stops the woman just as she's about to board her flight, persuading her to ditch her fiancé and instead marry him. Roberts told reporters at Camelback Ranch it was just a matter of the Dodgers doing their due diligence. "We're always trying to make our team better," he said. "You're always trying to improve in any way, whether it's off the field, on the field. So that's sort of where we're at. But the focus is obviously on the players here in camp, obviously." But back to Bryce. Would a short-term deal be the team's preference? Harper supposedly wants a 10-year deal but also loves Hollywood. Roberts said he couldn't speak about the talks. "I personally have to just focus on the 61 guys that are here," he said. "Yeah, sure. But how was the meeting with Bryce?" "It was good," he said. "Just trying to get to know each other. In the spirit of us, the Dodger organization, vetting a certain process makes sense. And it makes sense for those guys to do due diligence as well." Harper has been a free agent since November, and the winter meetings were held in December in his hometown of Las Vegas. So he could have saved everyone a lot of time in airfare if he had signed before the new year. But this apparently is the new norm. Groveling to the superstar free agent on his terms is part of the negotiating process. Roberts wouldn't discuss what questions Harper had for Dodgers brass, and he repeated, "Now my focus has to be on the guys here, of course." But what was Roberts' impression of Harper? "I do know Bryce," he said. "Spent some time with him last July in the All-Star game. Heck of a player. Great family man, great guy, indeed. And great hair." As it turned out, Roberts wasn't putting too much stock in the meeting. "I'm not too hopeful or anything," he said. "This is just talk, just conversation. The Cubs should be worried that the conversation might lead to an actual deal. Their worst-case scenario would be Harper winding up with the NL favorites, the team that knocked them out in the 2017 NLCS and threatens to close their vaunted window of opportunity to win multiple World Series. The Cubs could have chosen to pursue Harper or other prominent free agents, but chairman Tom Ricketts insisted they don't have any more money to spend. The players seemed to buy that excuse. When asked about Harper as camp opened, Anthony Rizzo said, "They were pretty clear all off-season that this is the group we believe in." The White Sox, meanwhile, have money to burn and supposedly were in the mix all winter for either Machado or Harper. It was only a month ago at Sox Fest that general manager Rick Hahn was asked about Machado and responded by lumping Machado and Harper together. "We belong at the table in these negotiations," he said. "We belong part of these negotiations for premium talent, and regardless what happens over the next several weeks with either of these two players, we plan to continue to be at the table and continue to attempt to convert on these guys." But according to reports, the Phillies, Dodgers and Giants are the only teams in the picture for Harper, and only the Phillies are willing to do a 10-year deal. The Sox either didn't think they could meet Harper's demands, didn't think he was worth it, or didn't want to be rejected at the altar twice in a couple of weeks. So who gets Bryce? President of Baseball Operations Andrew Friedman has been coy about the Dodgers' interest in Harper, and maybe that vetting was just a shot in the dark to see how badly Harper loves LA. But who knows? just last week Friedman railed against the narrative that drawn-out negotiations for Machado, Harper, and others meant owners were freezing out free agents. Clearly that is not the case, and the rhythm of a negotiation can play out in different ways, and obviously, Machado's took a little longer, Friedman said. But ultimately he got a very strong contract, as he should. Harper ultimately will get his Brinks truck full of money. It's just a matter of who is dumping the millions on him.